Hey, what's up everybody?
What's going on?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we're here to talk about 5 things that you need to do when you get home from a cruise. Alright guys, we just recently got back from cruising down to the Bahamas on the Carnival Liberty, and immediately we had to do stuff.
And it's stuff that's just not that exciting as preparing to go on a cruise.
I know, you get so amped up, so excited to go on a cruise, and then it's such a drag when they when they make you get off the ship. This ship they made us get off extremely early.
Really early.
We had to be there at 6:30 for debarkation. It was so early.
How early were we off? Like, I think we were back at our car at 7:30.
We were back at our car at 7:30. Now that brings us into number 1. We were back at our car at 7:30, but our car and us and all of our stuff were still like 11 hours from our house.
Yes. So how horrible is that? To get off the... Not only do they kick you off the cruise, but then you have to get home.
You have to travel home.
And that's not exciting, right? Because going to the cruise, it's super exciting. It's like, oh, there's the exit. There's the hotel we're staying at. And, you know, all those excitements of getting on the cruise.
Yeah.
But, like, leaving to go home is like,
So this is what
we home yet?
So we knew that we were going to have that depression. So one thing that we did to fight it is we made a plan to see some people when we were down in Florida.
That's right. And that made it a little easier.
It did make it a little easier. So one tip that we would give you, that on that ride home, if you're not flying and you have a long drive, maybe find something cool to do. I know a lot of times when we would travel from Florida back to Nashville, we would always look for something fun to do in Atlanta. So like we stopped one year at the World of Coke, and we broke up our trip a little bit by having something fun to do. On this, we actually spent a whole extra day and were able to visit friends and family, and it lessened the blow of needing to drive all the way back home. So you got to get home, but I guess there's some ways to make it more tolerable. So number 1, you have to go home.
You gotta go home.
So once we're home, Jenny, what do you got to do number 2?
You gotta unpack.
Ugh.
And how annoying is that if you're not doing your laundry on the cruise ship?
Man, it's so exciting in the beginning. It's like, I'm taking out our suitcase. I'm taking out the carry-on. Look, here goes the computer bag. There's nothing worse when you pull back into the driveway and you know your whole car's loaded down, and it's just like everything's moving in slow-mo. I think it was raining when we got back home. So I'm like dragging these suitcases through the rain like, oh, just days ago, I was in the sunny Bahamas. Oh.
Well, and then me, it's like, it takes me about a week to unpack, you know, just because I don't want to.
Right.
You know, so
what would the tip be there? Like, should we? I think we got to get better at just unpacking, right?
Because I think so.
I think it's 2 weeks later and we just finished unpacking today.
Yeah, and it makes me sad every time I was looking in there. So, you know.
Yeah, here's the tip. Make sure that you secure your documentation. We had thrown our passports in a backpack that we carry around, and we knew where it was at, but like later after we got home, like 10 days after we got home, I noticed that backpack was just off to the side somewhere, and that our passports hadn't made it back to the little fireproof safe that we use for them.
Yeah, that made me a little scared.
Yeah. So I know it stinks to pack, I know it stinks to come home, but make sure you secure like your documentation and stuff that you'll need for your next trip.
Yeah, and unpacking is so just miserable. Because you remember all the excitement of, oh, we need this, oh, we need that. And when you unpack, it's just like, it's the remembrance of being there. So yes, I think that my tip would be not to do it how I did it this time, and just unpack quickly as soon as you get home.
Yeah, so this will be tip, or like number 2. This will be number 2.b or something like that. From a filming and technology perspective, you got to dump all your footage. So the first thing that I did when I got home is made sure that I had a good copy of all the film that we took on the cruise and all the pictures that we took on the cruise. I had to unpack my camera bag and put all the gear back where it goes. And so that was a little depressing in itself. It was fun to have the footage and to start looking at that, but putting all my stuff back up was sad.
Sad.
I wasn't excited at all. What's the number 3 thing you have to do once you return from a cruise?
You have to go back to work.
That's bullcrap.
Well, you know what? I have a fantastic job. I really do love my job. So I'm okay when I go back, and my mentality is now I work to cruise. So, you know, what's that old saying? You gotta work hard and you play harder. So that's what I do. I work hard and we play harder.
Yeah, so for me, over the last couple years, I've really kind of been a free agent. I just bounced from one place to the next, taking contract work. And so before we went on the cruise, kind of out of the blue, I got a new job.
Yeah.
And so when I came back, I was all excited to go to work, and they didn't want me to come back.
They didn't need him.
That was so weird. So one of the first things that was mentioned, there was
Who doesn't need him? I need him.
There was a phone call waiting for me when I got off the cruise saying, you know, we appreciate the 2 weeks of service, but we don't need you to come back.
No.
So
well, and how cool is that, right? You know, we had a great time on the ship, and it didn't ruin our vacation.
At least it didn't ruin our vacation. So I'm back to working, but just from the house, which is nice anyways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you working from the house? What are you doing?
I'm doing all kinds of different stuff. Of course, if you've been following the videos, we've been putting out a lot of video content, and so I've spent a lot of time doing that. We've been making merchandise, t-shirts, lanyards, doing a lot of design, working on redesigning our website. Got a lot of stuff going on, and I might have an opportunity in travel. We know that you recently, about a month ago, picked up the travel bug. We actually got to meet the folks at the Expedia Travel Center in Tampa when we were down there, and I tell you what, I was getting kind of excited. So I might throw my hat in the ring and try to help you guys with your travel planning.
Isn't that exciting, y'all? I'm so excited.
I know, I'm excited.
We're really going to be Team Lido Loca.
Team Lido Loca.
That's right.
Making movies, booking travel, having cruise wars.
Cruise wars.
All right. Number 4.
Number 4. And number 4, what do you think number 4 is?
So number 4, when you come home, you gotta fight them cruise blues.
Cruise blues are so true.
Jenny, how do you fight the cruise blues?
You know what? I go onto Facebook, onto our cruising community. We do our videos. So, I mean, we're always talking, and you know what? Then I go cruise shopping for my next
cruise shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. For me, part of the reason, there's a lot of reasons why we make the videos. We've talked about some of them, but it really, the videos really do help me fight the cruise blues. And it's pretty funny. After we put up all the Liberty videos, I just went back and started watching our Fantasy and Paradise videos just to see how it's changed, because we haven't been making videos that long, less than a year. And so it's kind of neat to see our style change and that kind of thing. But I noticed that when I was even watching the Fantasy videos that I had a little less cruise blues, because I was enjoying it. But yeah, and I can't say enough about connecting with other cruisers, whether it be through like a large website or on Facebook through a Facebook group. And we do have the Lido Loca cruising communities.
Right.
We're almost 1,000 members strong over there.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so feel free to join us. A lot of great people over there talking cruising. There's a lot of like really entertaining, fun people just cutting up, and we like to get in the middle of all that. So
and sometimes it's not even cruise talk. It's just really all of us living, as one of our community members, Ellen, says, it's our cruise port.
That's right. So, and it's open, our port is open. That's right. So, yeah, if you're looking for cruising friends, you might not have any, come on over, or you might have a ton. You could always use more.
Bring them over.
Come on over to the Lido Loca cruising community and join in with us. So, I think number 5 is actually the best way to fight the cruise blues.
It is.
All right, what's the number 5 thing that you should do when you get back from a cruise?
So, how I offset the cruise blues a little bit and help when we get back is booking another cruise, doing that research of where are we gonna go next, and that excitement. So.
Yeah, booking another cruise. So for me, as long as I can pull up my apps that do the countdown and I have days counting down to the next cruise, I have less cruise blues. And so we've been doing that. We already have a cruise booked for October of 2018. That's the Lido Loca group cruise that we're putting together, and there's information about that in the description. But this past week, we've also been researching cruises in 2019, in the spring and fall of 2019.
Yes, for Lido Loca's
Spring and fall, yeah.
And fall, so
it really will help you kick the cruise blues. There's a lot of specials that are going on right now. I know Norwegian's running a special. Carnival, somebody's always running a special. So if you want to kick those cruise blues, plan your next cruise. You can do it a year out. You can do it 2 years out, and but at least you have something on your countdown, so that when you're talking to your cruising friends, you can say, "Hey, I got 100 days."
I have a cruise book too.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah, so in the next couple of days, we should be getting some information out, right?
Yeah.
About 2019, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is 5 things that you should do when you get home from a cruise. If you like this video, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up. That helps out a lot. If you're not a subscriber, hey, welcome to the channel. We would ask you to consider subscribing if you haven't yet. Hit that notification bell. We're talking cruising all the time. I feel like we're a good way to beat the cruise blues. But also, all of our social media links are listed in the description below. And yeah, I can't say enough about the Lido Loca cruising community. So,
we are so lucky.
What about you guys? What's something that we left off on the list? What is something that you have to do when you get home from the cruise? Let us know in the comments below. And yeah, I guess until the next time.
We'll see you on the Lido.
See you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye.